You might not like it, but this is how ideal support inventory looks like. And how come Weaver with these items wins? I will explain it to you in a guide how to itemize as a support. The most important thing about playing support is understanding that your in-game priority is lower than the core's. That's your starting point. It might change based on the game situation, but that's where you begin. You're here to complete your team's items build. Often, that means getting the one item that your team really needs. Now, I don't think there's a default must-buy item for supports in most cases. We're not talking about boots or wand, those are obvious. But when it comes to mid-sized or big items, I don't believe there's a single broken support item that you just rush every game, unless a very specific example appears. Take Earthshaker for example. In 99% of the games, your first goal is Blink. It's not even a question, that items literally unlocks your hero. But for most other supports, the itemization is wide open. Because here's the thing, support gold is limited. You will usually get only one or two big items in the game. And if you pick the wrong one, that can straight up cost you the game. Let's say your position 1 realizes he needs a BKB. He will probably farm it in 4 to 5 minutes. But if you realize too late that you needed a 4 staff, you might never get the gold in time. So how do you decide what to buy? Start asking yourself, what does my team need from me and what will the game look like? Let's say it's 10 minutes in and your laning stage went well. Your team is pressuring them up. Maybe you get a solar crest for your carry. On certain heroes, that items feel like another item that your core has. It gives armor, attack speed, move speed, and a barrier. Sounds broken? It kinda is, if you've got the right hero for it. But let's say your carry is Spectre, who wants to join fights from far away with Hunt, or it's Ursa with Blink and his ultimate. Then most of the value disappears. In that case, maybe you get a Glimmer Cape instead. That's a great item when you're ahead. It gives you magic barrier, forces enemy to buy dusts, and then makes pickoffs harder. But wait, do enemies have Slardar, Bounty Hunter, or other true side heroes? Then Glimmer loses value. These are the things you have to think about. What about greedy supports? Sometimes your team needs 4th core. Let's say your mid is Bane and your carry is Kunkka. You know your team will eventually run out of damage. If you're playing someone like Furion or Weaver, you can go for greedier items. Maelstrom, Midas, even Deso. You can scale and fill that late game gap. Almost any support can scale if they have a plan and the right hero to do it. Orchid first item? Why not? Let's say you're against Pack or Storm and your team has no instant lockdown. Maybe you get an Orchid. Yes, you could ask your cores to do it, but in some games, especially in lower ranks, they will just ignore you and go for whatever they want. A well-timed Orchid can win games or at least force enemies to buy defensively and delay their timing. So how do you actually use all of this? Easy. Ask yourself 3 questions in every game starting from the draft. 1. What does my team need? Do your cores already have damage and knockdown? Great. Go for utility like Glimmer, Force or Mech. Do you need help getting spells off? Perhaps you need a Dispel like Use or Ether Lens for more cast range. Are they missing control? Get an Atos. Is no one buying Pipe and enemy burst is scary? Guess what? You get it. Yes, cores should usually buy these big team items, but if they refuse or can't, that job might fall to you. 2. What item can ruin the enemy? Forza vs Clock. Easy win, just force yourself out of cogs. Vessel vs Morphling or Huskar. Huge. Yules vs Axe. You can ruin his initiation by lifting him. Glimmer vs Jack ult. Ghost Scepter vs PA. There are so many good counters. Ask yourself, who's the biggest threat on their team and what item makes their life miserable? 3. How long will this game go? Early lead but hard to end? Consider a farming item. Midas on Spearbreaker, Maelstrom on Mirana. They will scale hard into the late game. But if you're Oracle or a hero that doesn't scale as well, maybe just go all in on Solar, Greaves or Pipe and try to end fast. Every game is different. Your item build should change from draft to draft, and you can start planning during the strategy phase. Think ahead. If you see Enigma in the enemy draft, maybe that crazy Basher on Windranger isn't so crazy after all. I did in fact win 2 games getting it. That's what makes Dota fun. There's no right way to play. As long as your decisions have logic, they can work. Be creative. Think critically. Support isn't just about words, it's about solving problems your team doesn't even know they have yet. So as a comparison, I got some clips that are showing different scenarios. Here we see a Furion who has a Draw, Gyro and Ember in his team. I would argue that getting damage by him wouldn't be smart, as Radiant has a lot of it. Instead, he goes for healing build with Holy Locket, and that works very well against enemy lineup. Eventually, he gets Greaves as well to possibly dispel Global Silence. So in the game from the starting screen, I am playing Weaver versus enemy lineup that has literally 5 heroes that need to right click. They have a lot of armor, so it would be hard for me to get damage, and I don't think we're missing it. It's just the issue of us being able to kite them for long enough to get our damage done. That's why after the Vessel, I decided to get the Force Staff, which is good versus Monkey Arena, but most importantly, Furion Sprout, and then I completed it as a pike after that. Then I realized I will need a Dispel for the Orchid that Visage has, so I can get my ultimate off and not die in the fights. Yule was an option, but Lotus gives me armor as well as the fact I can put it on ally. So I got it, stopping to get a Ghost Scepter on the way as I wasn't getting bursted in the fights, and popping a Ghost Scepter allowed me to use the ultimate and reposition myself in the fights. The last item I wanted for us was AC, further reducing the physical damage, but we managed to win the game before that. So in this game we see Pagnam with a very smart pipe pickup. Enemy has a lot of AoE magic damage, the most important being Sand King, and he's got mid Huskar, a good reason to win the game early after dominating from the start. In this clip we see Pipe saving Huskar, eventually leading them to early victory. Another Pagna clip. Here they dominate the game as well, but a good timed Axe Call can lose them the fight. That means lifting him will stop a lot of the damage he can deal. Obviously Pagna's W does the same, but Yule's has instant cast time and gives mana regen as well. This is a good pickup and would be even smarter on any other hero. And most importantly, don't get stuck in just one mentality. Don't be support who never scales, never touches a creep and blindly follows your course. But also don't be the one who just AFK farms, hoping to outcarry the enemy. Every game is different, you have to adjust. And if you guess wrong, that's fine. Next game, you will be little smarter, little faster. Because that's what Dota is all about. Learning, adapting, and growing. As always, please like the video and let me know in the comments about anything you would like to see on the channel. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do, as we're about to break 500 subscribers. See you next time!